Hello everyone. Today we are going to see a poem, 9 Gold Medals, written by David Roth. See, this poem is about the 9 athletes. We'll go into the poem now. So this is the poem. The athletes had come from all over the country to run for the gold, for the silver and bronze. Many weeks and months of training, all coming down to these games. The spectators gathered around the old field to cheer on all the young women and men. The final event of the day was approaching. Excitement grew high to begin. The blocks were all lined up for these who would use them. The 100-yard dash and race to be run. The 100-yard dash and race to be run. These were 9 resolved athletes in back of the starting line, poised for the sound of the gun. The signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners, all charging ahead. But the smallest among them, he stumbled and staggered and fell to the asphalt instead. He gave out a cry in frustration and anguish. His dreams and his efforts all dashed in the dirt. But as sure as I am standing here telling this story, the same goes for what next occurred. The 8 other runners pulled up on their heels, the ones who had trained for so long to compete. One by one, they all turned around and went back to help him, and brought the young boy to his feet. Then all the runners joined hands and continued the 100-yard dash, and now reduced to a walk, and the banner above that said, "Could not have been more on the mark." So the banner told that it is a Special Olympics. Let's see about the author now. Sorry guys, we didn't see the last stanza. Let's read the last stanza now. That's how the race ended, with 9 gold medals. They came to the finish line holding hands still, and a standing ovation and 9 beaming faces said more than these words never will. Said more than these words ever will. So totally there are 8 stanzas. Let's see about the poet now. David Roth was born in Katowice in the year 1808. His father died when he was only 10 years old. His mother Anna, who had a private income, stayed in town as renter and cook for the local kosher restaurant, serving itinerant merchants. In the middle of 1820, the young David Roth left Katowice to study medicine in Vienna. The medical school in Vienna was highly conservative, and homeopathic medicine was not really the favor of the day. It was not authorized until nearly 1829. It was probably at that period that David Roth stood up. His history of irresistible musculature or normal cholera. There is spelling mistake, and that is cholera. Cholera earned him a medal from the Académie Nationale de Médecine in 1850. His talents for translation made him an unavoidable publisher of homeopathic thinking in Europe. At the French National Exposition Nationale in 1844, he presented several calculating machines as well as gas meters. He was awarded a bronze medal for his inventions. Dr. Roth was very passionate about art. David Roth was married to Anna Nathalie Sassari but had no children. Nathalie died in 1878. At the end of his life, David Roth became completely blind. He died in 1885. So this is about the poet. You can take notes here. Let's see this poem stanza wise. I'll explain this with stanza wise, and let's switch on to the stanza wise explanation. In stanza 1, athletes have come from many countries all over the world to take part in the Special Olympics. See, all the athletes, they came from different part of the world. They came from different parts of the world to take part in the Olympics. They have come with a dream to win either gold or silver or bronze medal. So they came with a passion to win some prize. They have gone through strenuous training for months to participate in the evening with high hopes and dreams of winning medals. It was the day to prove themselves. So they came with big aim and high hopes. So with big ambition, they came to that competition. And in stanza 2, the spectators had gathered. Spectators in the sense it is the audience. They had gathered around the old field just before the game was supposed to begin, just to cheer on all the young women and men. So they were about to clap hands and they were about to motivate the people, those who are going to participate in the competition. They will be motivating them with a round of applause. That is the participants. The event was about to happen, which made the people excited and eager. So in stanza 3, we are seeing that the names of the runners would take part in the 100-meter race were announced. So these runners, the participants, they are about to run in a 100-meter race, and it is being announced there. There were 9 participants, all determined to win the competition and lined up behind the starting point. They were ready to start, waiting for the sound of the gun. So all were sitting and on your mark, get set, go, like that. For the announcement also they were waiting. They were sitting in a position to run their race. So for the sound of the gun also they are waiting. And in the stanza 4, we are seeing that the pistol means gun, exploded, signaling the start of the race. So it got exploded. All the runners changed ahead along their respective tracks. So they started to run along in their tracks. But suddenly there occurred an unexpected thing. The shortest athlete among them stumbled and staggered and fell on his knees to the ground, the asphalt track. So one among them, a small athlete, he fell down, and everyone they got shocked. And in the 5th stanza, he gave out. Sorry, this is the line from he gave out to next occurred. So from he gave out line to the next occurred is the 5th stanza. Nothing could be more frustrating for a differently abled athlete after such tough training. The moment he fell, he knew all his dreams, hopes and efforts were dusted. His pain and disappointment made him give out a cry, but it did not end here. There occurred something really strange following his fall. So after he fell, he thought that all has gone, all my efforts and all my training, all my tryings, it is going to go in vain. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like that he is thinking. So after he fell down, he started to think that all his efforts went in vain, and he started to give a loud cry. And in stanza 6, strangely enough, the 8 other athletes who were ahead of him stopped in their tracks. Though they had trained hard for so long to compete with one another and win medals, the fall of one athlete changed their minds. They now returned one by one and helped the fallen one stand up on his feet. So these 8 athletes, they are helping the small athlete, those one who fell just now. And in the stanza 7, then all the 9 athletes joined hands and walked to the finishing line together. The 100-meter race was reduced to a walk, but it still was special for the great display of human compassion, cooperation and sportsman spirit. It could not be more special in any way. So this 9 gold medals poem tells us that it's not a 100-meter race, but it is a human compassion. Lot of competitions are happening and lot of competitions are getting arranged, but no one will help the falling person usually. So the thing that we see in this poem is human compassion, cooperation. The moment he fell down, all the rest of the athletes came. The 8 athletes came and he lifted him up. So this is the unique thing that we see in this poem. And in stanza 8, all the runners reached the end point together by holding each other's hands. The race ended with all of them as winners. They stood in smiling faces under the banner that declared, "It is as a Special Olympics." Those smiling faces touched the heart of everyone present there. It delivered something special, a great feeling and a great lesson. They were rewarded with a gold medal. All of them were smiling, and their smile said more than the words could say. So everyone declared it as a Special Olympics because everyone helped each other and they got the medals with their smiling faces. So this is the explanation of this poem, 9 Gold Medals, written by David Roth. And even I have given a short note about the author. If you're going to write this in your exam, then you can refer these lines to write in your exam. Happy learning. Till then, it's bye from Literature Love. See you all in the next video.